Right, we got loads of international Reds around us right now. So when I give you the mic, before you answer the question, if you want to say your name and where you're from, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine too. This is KG, right?
Yeah.
What did you make of that today? Obviously a 2-0 defeat, but...
It wasn't great, man. Like, I don't think we had probably only 2 shots on target the whole game. I think like 4-3-3 is the best way forward.
Is that the one thing you'd like to see now Pogba's back?
Yeah, because like remember when Ole first came in and it was 4-3-3, Pogba playing off the left and like Matic and Herrera either side. So I'm like, I think we should just switch to that now because I personally don't think 4-2-3-1 is working. Lingard, I like Lingard, but he's not doing great.
That chance today that he should have scored.
I don't know why Greenwood tried to chip.
It was like Welbeck Munich, innit?
Yeah, like why don't you just try and place it? Because he's decent finishing, but just don't try and chip, right? But yeah, it wasn't great.
So we got Canadian Red KG.
Yep.
How do you feel about Ole at the moment? In terms of
Honestly,
the overall.
I'm not blaming Ole. I'm blaming the guys at the top. I feel like January we need to sign players. Like we need experienced players. We can't. The other guy was talking about Dan James. This guy was playing in the championship last season. Like he's burnt out.
You think that's what the younger players are missing? Is that experience?
100%. We need experience. You know, like I didn't see too many people talking on the pitch today. Everyone was just quiet. We just need experience, man. We need some experienced guys.
What do you think the issue is? And what's your name?
Liam.
From Australia, right?
Australia, yeah.
What did you make of it today?
Not great, no. The performance of the Watford players not on as well, but just how we were doing was not great.
What does Ollie need to change? Because we've seen this a number of times now, so it's no surprise to any of us. A lot of us probably when we were coming to this game thought probably going to drop points today, being typical United. Yeah. We haven't won back-to-back away games in the league at all this season. Yeah. What is the issue?
I reckon it's just we got this thing of like youth players. We need to play the youth players, but then they've also got no one to look up to. Like we've got Pogba, but
what KG said, then the lack of experience.
Well, yeah, we've got Pogba, but he's just not like he can just bun off. Really, like if you're not going to play for the club, just go away.
Do you think he will or is or
he? I see sometimes he's like, oh, I want to play for this club, but then other times it's very clear that he wants to leave. And I think that's not a great thing for especially the younger players to be looking at. Like they need someone to look up and be like, oh, this is what I want to do, this is how I want to be, this is who I want to play like.
Did you see a difference in the team when he came on today, for positive or negative?
I did actually. I felt that we were playing much better through the midfield. Our passes were a lot more better, and he did make some amazing passes today. I think it was to Greenwood, and then it just went away after that. But he did make a difference, but if he's not going to play for the club and just use it to make money, then I don't think he should be here.
What about Ali? Do you think he should be here?
I think we need to give him more time. I see a lot of people being like, oh, Ollie shouldn't be here, but I think he's got 3 previous managers worth of players, and I think he needs to bring his own players in and get his own system set in place before we can see whether or not he should or shouldn't be here.
Chill, man. What's your name?
My name's Mike.
From America, right?
Yeah, I'm from California.
What did you make of that today?
That was an expensive trip out here to watch that, man. That kind of stung, but it was worth it. I thought just to come and see the players play. I mean, if you haven't come and watched United play before and you're from an international country, come out here, man, to watch these players play.
Even if we do lose 2-0 at the bottom.
We lost 2-0, but it was such a great experience to be out here. It was awesome.
What would have made your experience better? What did you want to see different from it? Apart from a win, what did you want to see different from it?
A Rashford goal would have been amazing. I was sitting...
He had a bad game today, didn't he, after the good form he's been?
He was quiet. I mean, I felt like there was a great disconnect between moving between the lines. So it was hard for our defense to move forward, to get it to the midfield, and midfield to get it to the attackers. But, I mean, yeah, I feel like all of our attackers really had a quiet game until Pogba came on and started trying to ping the ball.
Could he be the difference in these kind of games, or is that too simple of a resolution and we need to change something tactically?
I felt like he was giving it his all today, but I can't tell if it's a showcase for him wanting to move out or if it's him wanting to actually play for the club. It's kind of hard to tell because we never really know with him. But I felt like we started creating chances when he came on. They weren't really clear-cut opportunities, but it was the best that we could really muster after really bad first half and a really poor start to the second half.
Is a top 4 still a likelihood this season? Is it something we can go for? Do you think this is the reason why we won't get it?
Top 4 is going to be difficult, I feel like, just because, I mean, the teams out there right now, it's going to be Spurs, Chelsea maybe, but we'll see whether they sign anybody. I think them signing somebody might not guarantee them, but they'll push ahead of us for top 4.
So do you think we need to sign someone in January?
Give me Holland, man. Give me Holland. I feel like that's the signing we need. Ollie knows him.
Someone on an earlier Fancam said he might get in the way of Rashford, Martial, Greenwood.
I don't think he would. I feel like we could maybe go to like a 4-2-2 where we have 2 holding
Leipzig
midfielders.
kind of football.
Yeah. That kind of feel. But yeah, I would love to see Holland just because Ollie knows him and he knows what he'd be getting out of him. And then we need more midfield players, man, because I mean, Fred and McTominay, they're not going to be able to last a whole season, just them. So,
many have said that Ollie deserves time today on Fancams. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's tough because he really hasn't signed. He's had one transfer window, really. I mean, he had January, but nothing really happened. And then he had this summer to get some players in. So, yeah, I think he deserves some time. I mean, we're really going to see, I think, going into next season after January and then the summer, whether he's brought players that he wants to have into this squad. So we'll see going forward.
Right then, so we've been to America, Canada, Australia on this international fan camp.
Yep.
Now to Sweden, right?
Sweden, yep.
What's your name?
My name is Tim.
Tim, what did you make of that today?
Look, it's my first time here watching Man United. It's
Oh, man.
It's not what
Come
you
here,
want to see.
let me give you a hug. Come here, man.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's not what you want to see. We lacked creativity. We didn't have enough runs in behind, I thought. I thought we had some...
We've done that before, though. This isn't the first time. So how do we change that?
I think when Pogba came on, he changed the game up. He had some nice link-up play with Martial on the left-hand side. So I think him coming on helped. And yeah, no, it wasn't great. I think also the least you can do is give 100% on the pitch. You see Fred losing the ball in the midfield, and he jumps on the ground, looks at Ollie, looks at the ref. The first thing you should do is run back and get the ball. To be honest, I'm sick of it now. I can't take another season of Europa League football. We have to get in the top 4.
Is it possible?
It's a bigger chance to win the Europa League than to get top 4.
Having said that, are we more of a cup team this season because of the way we're so inconsistent?
I think the teams we are playing in the Europa League are obviously easier opponents. So yes, probably more of a cup team this season, but I would like to see better performances in the Premier League, definitely.
You mentioned the players. What does Ollie need to change? Because obviously, whatever we're doing away from home isn't working. So how do we change that?
We've got a good defence. We've got good defenders, but somehow it isn't working. We shouldn't be conceding 2 goals to Watford. Watford aren't scoring goals this season, but somehow they can score against us. So I don't know what to do there. I think Lindelof and Maguire, they're both 2 excellent centre backs. So they have to work together. Basically, they have to create a better understanding of each other. And yeah, going forward, we have to sign midfielders. We maybe could get Haaland in from Salzburg, and also experience is key. We don't have any experienced players. We don't have anyone in the dressing room. Who do we have? Like Juan Mata, De Gea is getting...
What is that? No one's spoken about the mistake De Gea made today.
Seriously, any Premier League goalkeeper apart from that guy in West Ham would say that's shot. Look, seriously, I play like football in Sweden, really bad team. Our keeper would save it, like our third choice keeper would save it. It's
Confidence booster for your goalkeeper back home.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out Falke.
My friend, come in. How you doing? Where you from?
From Wembley, so not too
Okay, so
far.
we're right back here now on this international fan cam. What did you make of that today? Are you still in? Are you hanging on?
Disappointing, but almost expected, really. I'm sure there was some story about the United team turning up a bit late.
We got here an hour before the
yeah.
game started.
And I noticed that same bus, the bus over there, pulling in, and it sort of looked in their body language as they walked out on the pitch. They just didn't look too right.
I got off the bus.
No, exactly. Stayed on that bus. I've been a bit using Pogba as a bit of a scapegoat recently, but I think the minutes he was on today, he was trying. He was pushing us forward a bit, playing in some good balls. You could see they were just putting Dini onto Lindelof, using that strength against him, and it's just disappointing. Like trying to urge the players to get out there. James, he's getting hacked a lot, which is part and parcel. But
What did you make of the front 3 today? Because I think they so safe to say they all had average to bad games, Martial, James and Rashford, but we create very little for them.
Yeah, I think they didn't look like linking together as a front three. When Martial picks up the ball on the left-hand side, gets around about 2 players, and you think, go on and just hit it, but not much conviction in the shot. Rashford, I was having flashbacks back to, when Rashford picks it up as well, when he was on the left, when Ron used to pick it up in 07, just go run at players, but he just didn't look right, and it's just disappointing, but it's kind of expected because we're doing well against the big teams, and against
you say it's expected. What does Ollie need to change then? Is Pogba coming into maybe Lingard's position the solution to that, or is it more than that?
Yeah, I mean, the chance Lingard had when he chipped it over, a player who hasn't probably had a shot on target in so long, just slotted it in on the side.
Would have changed the game if he would have scored there. Yeah.
That, for me as well, Fred just... I've heard of people saying he's been playing better, but I think just losing the ball too much still. The size of him
He
against...
wasn't the only one today, to be fair to him. McTominay had an unusually bad game.
He gave away a few passes as well. But I think with Fred, it's just the size difference and stuff. And I think the Watford players latched onto that a bit. And then, just disappointing with the goals. De Gea...
Well, a lot have said Ali needs 2 windows. Does he deserve the time to get them?
I think so, because you bring another manager in, and I'm sort of looking at the players thinking, right, who's still here from the Van Gaal days, who's still here from Jose's days, and if another manager comes in, he's going to want to bring in extra new players as well. It's going to take more time to gel, and it's kind of like, you see the videos from back in before Fergie's time, and you'll hear the players saying, we were good against Liverpool, we had good records against Liverpool in the 70s and 80s, but when it comes to the lower teams, we just couldn't really raise it.
Top team again, eh?
I mean, for me, I'm not too focused on do we finish top 4. Obviously, Champions League will be good, but it's more of a case of the performances. I want the performances to be better week in, week out, and then start looking at league positions and stuff on there. So let's just see.
Cheers, man.